Good morning, fam. It is Sunday Gratitude, and today in Sunday Gratitude, it's episode 5. And we're sharing this day with my dear, dear friend, Franziska Iseli, coming all the way from Sydney, Australia. So we're going to wait for her to hop on the call, but I thank all of you guys for being here with me this morning. How are you guys doing? Please send me where you guys are coming from, even if I know you. Oliver, what's going on, man? From the Philippines. Thank you for joining me today. And Joju, greetings and salutations. I think a lot of people from the other side of the world will be able to actually watch this because usually Sunday Gratitudes are being done around 3 p.m. here in the US in New York, which means it's 3 a.m. in the Philippines. So at least everyone in the Philippines will be able to check it out today. So I'm very honored to have all of you come in today. We'll have Franziska Iseli, as I said, my dear friend, co-founder of Basic Bananas, an amazing global marketing agency that trains other people to kind of be their own entrepreneurs. Franziska Iseli has won multiple awards. She was the Young Entrepreneur of the Year from Australia. And who happens to also be, she's Swiss, so she's Swazi, which is really kind of funny. She also just recently released the book, The Courage Map, with a foreword from Richard Branson. So we're stoked to hear from her and see what she has to be grateful for this Sunday. So if you guys are just coming in, make sure to hit the arrow button right there. And then when you press the arrow button, it allows you to kind of share what Sunday Gratitude is to everybody else. So we're just waiting for her right now. So we're going to check it out and see if she's in other parts of the interweb. And see where she's at. This is always quite an adventure when you try these things because you don't know where everyone is at any period of time. And also, it's always like doubtful to try to figure out if this technology is going to work properly. So, hey, I think that is my dear family friend, Joy Dizon, or is it Mafi that's in the house right now? Greetings and salutations. Oh, there she is. Oha! Coming on hot. Connecting. Hey!
Hello.
Greetings and salutations.
Hey, so good to see you. It's been forever.
I know, my darling. Good evening. Good evening on your side of the world.
I'm just going to try to put you on my tripod here so I can do hands-free here so we can talk with my hands, which is...
Yeah, it's better to do it hands-free because I'm going to need your hands as well to... I need your hands as well as we have to do this kind of breathwork check-in meditation part of things. So
perfect.
I know it's always an adventure nowadays when you're going through these lives because you really don't know what you're going to get with technology, with connections, with everything. So, oh my God, how are you?
Oh my God, I'm good. This is so great because I haven't spoken to you in so long. And then I see you on this Facebook, what is it, Instagram? Where are we? What's planet am I?
Well, I'll also be on Facebook, and lucky for you, Facebook does own Instagram, so it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. So we are on Instagram Live, and it's like, I feel like I just want to give you an air hug.
Oh, give hugs, yeah. Like,
when was the last time? That was in New York, actually, when I was in New York last time.
Yes, the last time we saw each other was in New York.
Was that like a year ago or 2 years?
I think it was 2 years ago. And we were meant to go to this comedy show that you wanted to go to. And I didn't get to go, but I think you and some other people went.
Yes. And then, but we went for dinner. Remember?
Yes, we went for dinner. Yes, for sure. For sure.
That was when I did the marathon. Remember that was the day after I did the marathon.
if you all don't know, this girl ran the marathon and she didn't really train for it. It's like she just literally like, you know, I'm gonna buy these shoes. I'm gonna start like running and see if I'm gonna do it. And I have a ticket. I have a, you know, I got a pass to do the marathon. I think I'm gonna try it. I'm like, are you serious right now? She goes, well, I've been training like for everything all the time anyway. So this, you know, I didn't specifically train for this unless you were like me at that period of time. But it was just one of those like, you just have it in you.
Well, I kind of had to because I just set myself the challenge, and I bought the ticket on Craigslist because obviously I had to buy it off somebody who couldn't go. And then I met you the day after I did the marathon, and I remember we had this fancy dinner with you and I think some of your clients, and I was wearing high heels the day after the marathon.
Oh,
remember? And I had to we went to this awesome restaurant and we had to take the shoes off, and my feet were so swollen. It took me like 5 minutes to take off my shoes. I had to get someone else to rip on my boots. Remember?
I know. It was like this, like especially because it was so hard for you. I mean, anyone coming from any kind of race, I mean, your body must have been so sore, and you were just like. But I think lucky, and it's funny you say this, is because ironically enough, it is usually the 2 days afterwards is when it the most really affects the rest of your body. So, so you got it. I just got you right in the time that you were just doing it right after the marathon, and you just wanted something. I was like,
yeah,
wow, she's strong.
Yeah,
I know. Anyone that's just joining in, please drop in where you're from. Put it on the little comments page down there, and also press the little arrow button to share this conversation that's going on right now. I think we got Greece in the house. Philippines is still in the house, so this is kind of weird because this is the first time we're doing this from morning, and like I said, I usually do Sunday Gratitudes at 3 p.m. But this we're doing it from moving because we want to make sure that people in Sydney are awake.
I think I'm awake because right now I would probably be almost asleep, you know.
Yeah, I know. I know it's really kind of funny, but thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Like I said, if you all don't know yet, you know, Sunday Gratitude came about because it was something that daily gratitude is something I do every day. It's something that I just realized I've been doing for 4 years. I've been posting it on Instagram for 4 years of what I'm grateful for. And it was meant to be mainly an accountability for myself to say, hey, make sure this is something that's important to you, because by allowing yourself to be grateful for something every day, it allows you to change the way you face each day. And even though I've always prayed in the mornings and I've been grateful for stuff, I didn't really make it truly intentional to the point that I was living that intention within that day. And that really started for me really 4 years ago. And I decided to like make it a part of a practice. And, you know, more than 4 years later, where I'm like, you know what? I just can't be me that needs to be accountable for this. It's like people around the world, and my friends particularly, need to be accountable for this too, and for them to share it with people and with themselves. And even though, you know, we don't have a gazillion people seeing this, it's really for you that you're doing this in front of people and even somebody else, and allows you to really help manifest whatever you're grateful for. So thank you for being here.
Yeah, I think it's an amazing concept, and you know, anything that you do, I'm always here to support that because I love what you do, and you are an amazing human. So this is great. And I'm just happy. Even if nobody is watching, then hey, I'm cool because I just want to say hi. Where are you? Are you in New York?
Yeah, I'm in New York. Want to send shout out to Crystal Hall. Shout out to Alini from Denmark too. And
I can see Emma from Sydney also, and Clandestine Design Group. I think that's my buddy from Brisbane, I think. So we have a few Aussies here too.
Yeah, the Aussies represent. So yeah, so first and foremost, what I like to do. Oh, and my little sister Ailes. Say hi to little sister. Hi, Ailes. With my 5 little nephews. So before we actually we go into this, what I always like to start with a little bit of breath work and check-in, just to kind of like make sure we hold the space and begin this process. So first, what I'd like you to do is like imagine that you were in a birthday party, and you know you had a cake that's right in front of you, and you had balloons, but instead of the balloons being behind you, your balloons are like inside of you. So as we take our breaths, we're going to bring those balloons up and then blow them up inside of us, allowing our chest to expand, you know, and especially from our diaphragm as it pushes up and our chest to expand and our bodies to kind of rise up. And by rising up, it allows us to really be more open to what we're grateful for. So, so as you think about this, there's a few cues that I'd like you to kind of know. One, as we see the cake and the cake's coming right in front of you and you're about to blow the candles, what you want to do is when you take a deep breath in, you breathe in through your nose. And when you breathe out through your mouth, you blow it just enough for the candles to flicker. You're not meant to try to blow them out. But you know, when you're a little kid, you're trying out whether these candles are going to like move or not. You go like, you're trying to do this, you know, and not until like your parents go like, really blow harder. But really, so this allows you to just like let it flicker and let it like slowly blow out. So those are a couple of cues. And as we go through this, the one place that we use as our as our measure is our hand. So the next thing that I want you to do is bring your right hand up. And this is important because when you bring your right hand up, I'm going to want to put it on your left chest, which is your heart afterwards. So first bring your right hand up. We're going to put your hand down like this right in front of you. We're going to put your left finger on top of the end of the crease of where your wrist is. There you go. And when you breathe in through your nose, expanding those balloons, you're going to bring that finger all the way to the edge of that finger, your finger to all the way edge of the thumb, which is the first part. And when you breathe out, deflating those balloons and blowing out that candle, just allowing it to flicker, you're going to go all the way down back to the wrist. But when we get to the top, I'm going to do a little hold. Is that clear? Okay, once again, so the basic instructions is imagine your lungs as balloons. As you breathe in through your nose, you're going to expand those balloons, making your stomach go out first. And when you blow out, you blow it like a candle, deflating those balloons and bringing your stomach in. You're going to do that by having your hand right in front of you. You can put your left finger on your crease of the wrist, and you breathe in, you come up, you're going to hold for like a second, and we'll breathe down here. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
So ready, okay.
I'm excited.
All right, take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hold. 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 Breathe out. Slowly put your right hand on your chest, right on top of your heart. Put your left hand on top of your right hand. Take a deep breath in again. Breathe out. And close your eyes real quick. And at this moment of time, with your hearts in your hands, I want you to think about what it is that you're grateful for at this moment. Not 5 seconds ago, not a minute ago, not even when you first woke up, or as your afternoon over in Sydney continued, or even what you're grateful for tomorrow. At this moment in time, think about one thing, just one thing that you're grateful for. Feel that with every sense of your body. Feel that with your breath as it energizes the rest of your body, your mind, and your soul. Take a moment to just enjoy that gratitude and absorb it. Put a smile on your face and know how much joy it brings you. And when you're ready, gently and softly open your eyes and rise. Thank you, my darling.
Thank you.
Good. How you feel?
Oh my God. I feel like I'm passing out. It's so relaxed.
Oops. Uh-oh. There you go.
Where did he go?
Went the other way. All right. So let me then ask you, what are you grateful for and why?
Right then and there, when I felt it in the moment, the main thing that I just felt, I'm really grateful to be alive. Because I just felt my alive. I guess because I felt my heart and my whole being. I felt almost the vibrations of the particles of my being just vibrating, and so I'm super grateful to be alive right now.
That's beautiful. I think, you know, that is definitely a thought and something that a lot of people in this world need to reflect on. I mean, we would like to send shouts to those who have lost and who have some who are going through some challenges. And, you know, most of them are now thinking exactly that. It's like, you know, if they could only get a chance to be alive and live. I think that is such a beautiful thing. Thank you for sharing that.
My pleasure.
So what are you doing nowadays that is allowing you to share your gratitude of being alive and of what you're grateful for in every day that you wake up to the world today?
What am I doing?
Yeah, what are you doing to share this gratitude to people around the world today?
I'm not sure if I understand the question, but I'll just answer it anyway. So
Yeah. So let me reframe that. So as you go through your days, and when you live in gratitude, how are you sharing that gratitude to the rest of the world?
I feel like it's about, for me personally, and I had these discussions actually over this weekend, it's about living congruently with myself. And in that way, if I can be congruent with myself and do the best that I can with what I've got and with my skills and my talents, for me, it's about walking the talk, and then other people can feel inspired by that. Not so much by telling people so much what to do, being exactly who I am. And you know, last night, this is actually really cool. Last night, and I was, some of the people, and maybe you too, are going to go, what, you've never seen this before? For the first time, I watched Moana, you know, this kids Disney movie.
Of course.
Oh my God. Why have I never watched this before?
Why have you not watched Moana?
I know. I've seen like some of the books, and I've always been very intrigued by Moana. I think she's so beautiful. But then I watched the movie for the first time, the entire movie, and I was completely blown away. I was in tears, and I was like, wow. And this is exactly that gratitude. It's about following your gut and trusting those instincts, like Moana did, you know, being the rebel. If you have to be doing something, even if some people say this is maybe not the right thing to do, because eventually maybe they will catch on to it. They will realize that, hey, you had to do something, even if it doesn't make complete sense right now. So just living in integrity. And I do think that the more that we are able to do that, live in our integrity, the more other people will want to follow. And I think that's a really great way to live, and doing everything we can with what we've got now. Because right now, obviously, we're going through uncertainty. These times are very uncertain, and there's change every day, and there's uncertainty. And the only thing we can do is, this is why this practice that you just did with us too is so powerful. The only thing we can do is live right now, in this moment right now, and do the best we can right now, and follow our instincts, because logic is not going to get us very far now.
Very true.
No logic.
No, that's amazing. Yeah, just by being us and being our full selves allows us to be able to share what we're grateful for every day, and that's definitely amazing. That's definitely that's all you. You live fully more than anything else. So, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that juicy part afterwards. But so one of the best, this is really my favorite. This is the meat and potatoes of this experience. Is there's something called the gratitude visit, and the gratitude visit has been shown by positive psychology researchers to be the most the best type of intervention as it relates to degree of change. So by writing a letter to somebody that you're grateful for and hand delivering that letter to somebody and reading it out loud in front of them particularly allows for the greatest terms of change in that person's life and in your life. And this change actually lasts for about a month, like full on. So imagine being able to find somebody you're truly grateful for, mind, body, and soul, and then be able to share that. And then once you met, you get this crazy feeling in your body of energy and of love, and you do that at least once a month. I mean, this is living fully. This is truly living fully. And so what I'd like to ask people that come to Sunday Gratitude is, like, if there was one person that you'd want to write a letter to and hand deliver that and read that to them, and letting them just receive it, who would that be and why?
Wow, one person. Well, luckily I can do one a month, right?
Yeah, exactly. But for this moment in time,
Yeah. Wow. I love this practice. I have never heard of it, and I think it's really beautiful. One person right now. The first,
yeah.
there are so many people. There's the word that I had in my mind straight away in regards to who would I like to give gratitude right now, and the word that I had is my sisterhood. My sisterhood are, of course, a few people, because they and if I go back to my original sisterhood where I came from in Switzerland, there's 4 of us together in the sisterhood. So I would love to send each or give each of them a letter, and I can only pick one today. So today I'll pick Annick. Annick is one of my Annick. Have you met her? No, I don't.
Did I meet her? Was she at the burn?
Oh my God, she was at the burn.
Right?
Yeah, she was at the burn. Yeah, she was. She's my twin. You know exactly. You know exactly which one. So her. So, oh my God, that's such a small world. It's so funny because she's obviously in Switzerland. Wow. Okay, you have a good memory. So
yeah, in your camper.
Yes. Yes.
With the 3 other girls, you and 3 other girls. So.
Yeah, there was 4 of us.
Yeah.
So Annick is the one that you met. So I would write her a gratitude letter and read it to her, because we've known each other since being in primary school, since little. We've known each other for almost 30 years now, maybe 20 something years, and we are so connected. We live on different continents. She's in Switzerland, I'm here in Australia, and we are so connected. We don't even talk very often. We leave each other messages on WhatsApp, but it's just, we have this soul sisterhood. Obviously have different parents, but we have very similar spirits, and she's the one sister in my soul sister family that is just, we have this deeper connection, and nothing is ever weird to talk about. And she's usually one of the first people that I would go to share something that is either challenging or joyful or funny or weird or whatever, and there's never judgment. There's never any judgment, and it's, I really value that in her, and I would not be the person I am today without my sisterhood, without my growth. I think this is actually something that I'll probably talk more about. One of our mutual friends too, Mike Klein, I believe he's also a friend of yours. He's my friend who I am still traveling with every now and then on the motorbike, and he saw my sisterhood a little bit because he sees me communicating with them when I'm on the road, and he said, hey, you should talk more on that, because I feel like more women, if they have these sisterhoods, it will be very, very, very powerful, and also for our new generations, but for anyone. So I'll probably talk a little bit more about this stuff. I just can't. Yeah,
as you should. I mean, it's funny you mentioned that. By the way, I want to send shout out to everybody. We got Lithuania in the house too. So yeah, for anyone that's out there, please put down where you're from on the comments and say what's up. press the little like arrow button to share this conversation. We have a couple more minutes here with Franziska Iseli, the author of The Courage Map, which we're going to talk about in a second here, and co-founder of Basic Bananas. Yeah, but actually funny you say that, because one of the concepts as it relates to longevity, and also as it relates also with positive psychology and resilience, is this concept of the moai. And the moai, and ironically, you talk about Moana, you talk about, but in Japan, there's been ways where people have, where they've kind of experimented on having kids grow up with these groups, and they're the groups that they meet from like grade school all the way till their high school, and they're kept together. And this concept of making sure that you have, in a sense, the sisterhood from beginning on. You obviously had a natural situation, so that already has changed a lot of how you live your life. So I think having, whether you want to curate it or not, or just give the opportunity for kids to be able to connect with each other as they grow up, and that bond becomes so strong because you do share experiences and you do go through good times and bad times, and but then as you get older, you're going to look back at all these memories and as part of growth and part of adventures. And so, yeah, you're right. You're very lucky to have that. Very lucky to have that.
And it obviously, especially, it takes a little bit of work too. I mean, and I'd love to see actually this research, if you can send me this information that you mentioned, the one in Japan. Because I've never heard. This is really interesting. But I think like this is, like any relationship, also your sisterhoods or your brotherhoods, they take a little bit of work, because with my 4 girls, the 4 of us, we all went different ways. We are all doing things. One is in Alaska now, and 2 are in Switzerland. We all are completely different characters, but that's also the beauty of these relationships, because we learn from each other, because we are so different. Except Annik and I are quite similar, but we are very different. But it takes work. We've had moments where we're like, this is not working, but we're sticking together. Like we're almost having like a breakup, but we're sticking together because family. It's almost like looking at it like we are family. So you can't get rid of me because I'm your family. So we have disagreements. I'm not gonna go anywhere, because we are family, and family are, we stick together.
Absolutely.
So it also takes work.
Yeah, through good times and the bad. Dr. Kim Granlund from Sydney says, "What's up?" She's in the house. You got some Sydney peeps still awake at 10:26. Wherever you're from, please tap in down on the comments where you're from and send some love to my girl here and to us and my hats. I don't know if you see that in my hats. So
I'm very impressed with your hat collection.
I know. So what, since we're kind of on that, so what's the one thing that at this moment in time you're working on right now? Actually, let's talk about the Courage Map. Tell me about that.
We can talk about the Courage Map. I'm working on a few things, mainly because most of our businesses, especially Basic Bananas, we had to adjust very quickly to obviously the current working environment. We used to run face-to-face workshops. Now we're doing everything virtually. So we're working very hard also behind the scenes to provide the right support to businesses that we work with. So that's one thing that I'm working on with the team very heavily at Basic Bananas. And then the Courage Map is the book that you mentioned. So my latest book, this is the 3rd one, came out 2 weeks ago today, actually. Today, exactly 2 weeks ago. And so it's been very cool to have all sorts of conversations with people and share it, and doing lots of interviews, and the support that people are sharing on this project has been quite touching, actually. And just, you know what's the funny thing? This is actually quite embarrassing almost. Because I have a publisher, and the publisher is in the US and I'm in Sydney, I haven't actually touched a physical copy of this book yet. However, I'm getting all these photos from people that have ordered the book online in Switzerland, in the US, in Australia, in Germany. My friends and people that obviously know me or that I know are sending me pictures of this book. Hey, I got it in the mail. I'm like, great, I still haven't seen a copy. Which is very funny. So it's been really nice just to see the support of everyone with this project.
what was the inspiration to this? I mean, I can probably tell what it is, but share it with everybody else. What was the inspiration for this?
Yeah, so what happened is a bit over 2 years ago, I had this best worst idea. And I have a lot of these best worst ideas. And this one was quite good and also pretty bad. And it was to ride a motorbike from Switzerland, where I'm originally from, along the Silk Road, Marco Polo's footsteps,
Yeah.
to Kazakhstan, through Eastern Europe and then Central Asia, into Asia. And it's about 12,000 km in miles. I don't remember in miles, maybe 9,000 miles. And I had this idea so it would be, you know, good to challenge myself a little bit, go on a crazy adventure and do something that is going to be quite difficult. And also spending a lot of time in my helmet and spending 8 hours, 9, 10 hours in the helmet every day alone with your thoughts. That's a challenge. And then also the other
and to be focused on the road so you don't get into an accident.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you're constantly almost like a meditation, because you can't, you have to be so in the present, but you also have time to think while you are in the present. It's like a constant almost meditation, to be honest. And it's good, but it's also like thinking a lot, pondering, and also physically it was quite challenging. I'm not like, I mean, I can ride motorbikes, but I'm not like really good at bike maintenance or anything like that. I'm learning, and I really want to learn. And on that first trip, I was traveling with Mike Klein and Christo. And Mike said to me, hey, he kept asking me about courage. And he's like, hey, do you not have fear? Like, do you never feel fear? Because he was just observing my behavior. And I'm like, no, of course I have fear, but I take action despite the fear, if it's not reckless. And then he said, hey, you should write a book on this topic. I think you could, you know, share a lot of these principles. And a few years prior to that, before I did this trip, I actually did a program for Mind Valley on being bold. For one of their programs. Yeah, so I went to Malaysia and filmed a program with them, which was amazing. They're an amazing crew. And yeah, that's where it started. So then a bit over 2 years ago, I started writing the manuscript for this book, and it took me almost 2 years from when I first started to write and to when it got published. It was a bit under 2 years.
But how long after did you start? How long after actually going on that adventure did you actually write the book?
I started writing on that first journey. So I did the first trip on the Silk Road from Switzerland to Georgia in Central Asia. I did that in 2018 in June, July. I started writing then, and then the whole year I kept working on it. Just getting up early in the morning and writing, and then the first draft was done, and then I sort of went back and rewrote it, and then had an editor go over it, and so I wanted it to be really good. And then I finished the second part of the Silk Road last year, exactly a year ago. Actually, exactly a year ago today, I would have been on the road. Last year, I would have been in somewhere in Afghanistan or Uzbekistan or one of these countries.
Wow, what an adventure! So besides the fact that you in Sydney, in Australia, can't get your own book, where can people get the book right now?
Yes, people can get it actually, and I think if I had ordered mine on Amazon, I would have gotten it by now. But the publisher said he will send me obviously my author copies. So normal people will get a copy, and I should probably just order one on Amazon myself. So you can get it on Amazon. If you type in the Courage Map, or if you want to get it on actually, if you go to the URL, the Courage Map, so THECouragemap.com, it will take you to the link where you can also download a free program. Even if you don't get the book, it's a journal, actually. It's a journal that will take you through the 13 principles of courage and ask you a bunch of questions. So you can also find the links on that same page to Amazon and Barnes and Noble and stuff. And there's also a journal that you can get.
I still think it's funny. And is that the challenge with regard to the book? Is because obviously they stopped shipping internationally, and so that you didn't get it in time, while people locally had distributors that were able to send it like locally.
I don't. Maybe let's just use that excuse. But it might also be the publisher is a little bit slower. I don't know. Let's just say it's
but it is true. They shut down international shipping anyway, so it's you know, you're able to physically get it. But hey, if other people get it, then that's good. That's really what matters. So
yeah, people in Germany have gotten it, in Germany, Australia, the US, Switzerland, Canada, so also South Africa. So people, and it's possible, let's just say, because it's being printed locally in these places, so they have gotten it. And I just probably should get one on Amazon so I actually can touch it.
Well, everyone.
I've got a few boxes coming my way, and that's also why maybe it's taking a bit longer, because it's not just one, it's a few boxes, and you know, they're heavy to carry. The postmen are like, what is this? Like, it's just
exactly. And they're like, you know what, this is not right now.
I have bigger problems to solve here.
I know, unless this is like Clorox or detergent or something essential. No. No, are you guys doing okay though in Australia?
With COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually the government has done a pretty good job here, I have to admit. I'm quite surprised actually, but we've managed it pretty well. Slowly now, we just released the rules a little bit last week, so we can now go to restaurants with just 10 people only in a restaurant. Right now, I went to the restaurant for the first time on Friday night with 6 people, 6 in total, 5 of my friends. Oh my God, after 2 months or so, and it felt so privileged. I'm like, oh my God, this is so exciting. And we were all sitting there like super excited about sitting in a restaurant and eating this incredible 7-course meal. And it was just like, oh, this feels like Christmas in July and in May right now.
I was like,
don't
get ahead of yourselves now. It's not July yet.
Not July yet. It feels like July. It's cold today. But then next on the 1st of June, we can have 50 people in restaurants, and it's starting to relax a little bit. So we didn't have a lot of cases that were fatal. So yeah, we've been quite lucky over here in Australia.
Isn't it just an amazing thing when there's something that's been taken away from you for quite a number of weeks, and then to be able to once again be open to that experience is something that becomes so magical, and you never want to take it for granted anymore.
I hope, this is my hope a little bit for us, for humanity, but I'm not pessimistic generally. I just really, really, really hope that we're gonna take something with us from this time. And one of these things is gratitude, and that's why we're here with you. And also not taking everything so for granted, like going to a restaurant and eating an amazing meal cooked by someone else. Things like that, going outside and not worry too much about, hugging, like even hugging people, like things like that. I think, I hope we're not taking things for granted.
I hope so too. I want to send last shout outs to my boy Jordan Godfrey coming from England. One of my grasshoppers. We got Deb, Jarell, Dinka in the house too. So before we let you go, there's a tradition that we do every week here at Sunday Gratitude, and it is the gratitude dance for the week. So, and the reason why this is important is because it's something like, you know how people have like bands, like I have this reminds me of being like a Burning Man every year. And so, and I look at this and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I think about it, I was like, oh, this is Joy from Burning Man from last year. So, the gratitude dance break is a little dance, a little movement, whatever, that says, it says, okay, what am I grateful for? And then you do this movement to kind of shake you up and say, remind you, hey, make sure you're grateful for something today, and remind yourself to be in gratitude today. So I had some people, Lydia Ko last week, who's a champion golfer. She was the #1 female golfer in the world. She did this shake and swing. She stood up and she did like shake and swing like a golf club. Then 2 weeks ago, my friends who were like the #1, the top Latin dance academy in the world, they did this like the cabbage patch, but they made it like they say chancocho, which is like a Puerto Rican or Dominican stew. And they were like doing like, yeah, this is their dance, and they did it all together. Because I put them on the spot. They're like, did we need to do choreography? I was like, no, you didn't need to do choreography. I know this is your pros. I know you're pros, but it's not for that. This is just the movement, just to remind you how grateful you are. So if that said, what is your gratitude dance? So
you know what? Okay, so the first thing that comes to my mind, I forgot the word just slipped me, but you know, what's this type of dancing called where you like you swing around on the floor, you like breakdancing. So no, I'm not gonna do that. But I have always been fascinated by breakdancing. I wish I could breakdance. I think it's the hottest thing ever, and I wanna. I'm not. I'm. There's hope, so I can still learn.
Yeah, there's still hope.
Totally. I did a course once, had a dance teacher with my team, some of my team members, and we learned a few moves that obviously I can't do all the. I want to do this floor thing where you swing your legs around and you know on the head.
You do know that I used to be a b-boy myself, right? Did you know that?
No, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I was a breakdancer when I was younger. No.
Can you show us something?
No. This is your dance.
Okay.
Remember, I'm taking it away from you. I'm just in service to you. So you gotta show us.
You know, but I can only show you like a little, you know, like beginner thing. So one thing we learned, and I'm not even very good at it, but it just comes to mind, and I think it's just cool, and it's just gratitude for the present moment. We learned this thing where it starts over here. Maybe I need to get a little bit further away.
So you need to stand up. You're saying we need to stand up. And I'm doing it with like, I'm wearing shorts. So if I stood up like this.
I need to sort of.
Just move backwards.
Maybe I go down like this.
There you go, and then.
So it's basically just like you start over here, and you probably can teach it more. You know, like, and you go like this.
Oh, you're doing the strut. Yeah. There, like the snake. There you go. The snake. Yes.
Yeah. It looks like it's like
yeah, strut, but you got to do it like you got to like pop it. You got to pop it.
Yeah, exactly. I think you got it a bit better.
You got to pop.
Yeah.
You got to pop it. Jordan, I know you like that. No, you will not see me breakdancing full on. I'm going to hurt myself if I do it completely. So I like it. Okay.
So
Wow. You know what? Yeah, I think you'd be a great break dancer. You know, like
I'd love to learn more. I think that's something I should probably find a teacher again.
I know, seriously. You know, it's funny you say that too. Is because one of the first company that I created, Kinetic, we've moved from really teaching sports medicine professionals some grassroots and innovation kind of education to now not just sports medicine professionals. Now we've actually really focused more on the actual people that are the athletes themselves. And so we work with a lot of breakdancers in Korea and some martial artists and rock climbers and stuff like that. So it's kind of ironic that you want to go in breakdancing. Yeah, it's you know, and I think the rumor has it might even be in the Olympics in a couple of years too. So
really. Well, maybe I'll need to start practicing. Maybe get into those.
Exactly. Well, Franziska, thank you for being here. So much gratitude for you, for your love and for your support. The Courage Map, check it out on Amazon.
Yeah, just Google on Amazon the Courage Map or go to thecouragemap.com.
Yeah, or thecouragemap.com. That's even easier. Exactly. So thank you for being here. I did send that. So, yeah, something weird's happening. So, but thank you for being awake as well. I know you usually find yourself sleeping right now. So I honor you, my dear friend, and I am happy that you are living life fully and amazingly.
Thank you. Thanks for everything that you're doing, and it's always great to see you. So I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I will enjoy the rest of my Sunday as I begin up. So anyways, for everyone out there, thank you for tuning in to Sunday Gratitude episode 5. And we're going to put this on IGTV and also put this on YouTube a little bit later. So thank you all for being here. Hope you have an amazing day, and ask yourself, not just once, but twice, or even more times today, what are you grateful for? So anyways, we'll see you all next week. All right, peace.
Good night. See you guys.
Bye, good night.
See you, Egan. Bye.